I have been having lunch every day for 4 years with a boy who does not speak. The entire campus calls him the mute. No one knows his name. No people sit with him except me. Last week I discovered why he does not speak, and now I cannot stop crying every time I see him. I'm going to tell you from the beginning. My first day of university, I was looking for a place in the cafeteria with my tray in my hands. Everything was full. Every table occupied by groups of friends who already knew each other. And there I was, standing like an idiot, not knowing where to sit. And then I saw him, a boy sitting alone at the corner table, the table that is next to the window where the air conditioning does not reach. The table where no one sits because it is broken on one leg and wobbles. He was there eating calmly with headphones on, looking out the window as if the chaos of the cafeteria did not exist. I sat in front of him without asking. I put my tray on the table and the table wobbled and my juice almost fell. He looked at me. "Hi," I said, "I'm Alba. Do you mind if I sit here?" He did not answer me. He just looked at me for a second and went back to looking out the window. Okay, I thought, he is shy, no problem. I will talk for both of us. And that is what I did. I talked to him during the entire lunch. I told him I was from Puebla, that I was studying psychology, that my mother called me every day to ask me if I was eating well, that I hated the cafeteria soup but I loved the oatmeal cookies. He did not say a single word. The next day, I sat at the same table again and kept talking to him, told him that my roommate listened to reggaeton at 6 in the morning and that I wanted to strangle her with the headphones. I saw something I did not expect. The corner of his mouth moved 1 millimeter upward, almost a smile. That was enough for me. From that day, I did not miss a single one. I would sit in front of him, I would tell him my entire life, and he would listen. Always listen. He never interrupted me, obviously, but his eyes told me he was there. After 2 weeks, he brought 2 oatmeal cookies and put one in front of my tray without looking at me. He remembered. 3 weeks later, I said to him, "What is your name?" And he took out his phone, wrote something, and showed it to me. Kai. And then, "I cannot speak, but I can hear." From that day, we communicated like that. I would talk, he would write, sometimes a word, sometimes a sentence, sometimes an ugly emoji that dads use. The campus started to notice us. The girl who talks to the mute. Some laughed. Others looked at me with pity, as if I were a crazy person talking to a wall. But Kai was not a wall. Kai would laugh without sound, bending over the table when I told something funny. Kai would save the table for me. Every day, he would arrive before me so that no one would sit there. Kai would draw things for me on napkins. Incredible drawings. One day, he drew me an oatmeal cookie with an angry face and left it on my tray. I did not give a damn that he did not speak. Kai was the most present person I knew. In a world full of people who talk and say nothing, he said everything without opening his mouth. 4 years passed. 4 years of lunches at the broken table. 4 years of oatmeal cookies. 4 years of drawings on napkins. I had a box full of drawn napkins. It was my treasure. In 4 years, I learned things about Kai that no one else knew. That he likes the rain because he closes his eyes and smiles when it rains. That he takes his coffee black without sugar. That he always smells like wood, as if he worked with his hands. That he has a scar on his left wrist that he never explained to me. That when something seems very funny to him, he moves his shoulders in silence. And that his eyes get shiny when I tell him things about my mother, as if something I cannot see hurts him. I never knew what he studied. I never knew where he lived. I never knew anything about his life outside the cafeteria. And I never asked him, because I felt that if I pushed, I was going to lose him. Last week, everything changed. We were having lunch as always, and my phone rang. It was my mother. I answered right there because my mother worries if I do not answer on the first ring. "Daughter, are you eating?" "Yes, Mom." "I am in the cafeteria with Kai, your friend who does not speak." "Yes, Mom." "Oh, my daughter. But why does he not speak? You have never told me." "The truth is, I never asked him, Mom."